Welcome to Synagogues of Rhode Island, Part 3. We continue with checking out the Jewish presence in the city of Providence. The building shown here houses the Jewish Alliance of Greater Rhode Island. It is a Jewish community center. This organization was founded in 1945 and moved into this building in 1971. It offers a fitness center, indoor pool, early childhood center, after-school programming, a camp and enrichment classes, as well as special events. It is also host to the Bureau of Jewish Education. In fact, it was the merger of the Jewish Federation of Rhode Island, the Jewish Community Center, and the Bureau of Jewish Education that caused it to change its name to the Jewish Alliance of Greater Rhode Island in January of 2011. This here is the Yeshiva Gedola of Providence, also known as the New England Rabbinical College. It broke ground at this location in 1984. Its Rosh Yeshiva is Rabbi Eliezer Y. Gibber, while Rabbi Yosef Lipson is the Mashgiach Ruchani. For those wishing to experience both religious and secular academic certification, the yeshiva offers a joint program with Providence College. It awards degrees in business, accounting, finance, management, liberal studies, and humanities. There is also a Reform synagogue in Providence. It's called Temple Bethel. Howard Voss Altman is its senior rabbi. Sarah Mack is his assistant, and Leslie Yale Gooderman is Rabbi Emeritus. The building shown here was erected in 1954 on the east side of Providence. But the congregation started out 100 years earlier as the Sons of Israel and David. It was originally Orthodox and switched to the Reform movement in 1877. It is unique being a Reform synagogue in that it has a daily evening minyan Saturday through Thursday. It has Shabbat services both Friday evenings and Saturday mornings, but the Friday night service varies in time and format depending on the time of the year. How about a conservative synagogue in Providence? That would be Temple Emmanuel. Wayne Franklin is senior rabbi. Rachel Zarin has recently become his assistant. Alvin H. Confer is Rabbi Emeritus. It has both a Friday evening and Saturday morning Shabbat service. Not only that, but on Saturday mornings it even has an early minyan for those who prefer a quicker, more traditional format. It also has daily services both morning and evenings. The congregation was established in 1924, and the first part of its facility was completed in 1927. A school building was added in 1953. A more major construction project was accomplished in 1959. We are leaving Providence and heading over to Warwick. Warwick is supposed to be the second largest city in the state with about 82,000 residents. It is home to a Chabad house. You can see the obsequious menorah, the iconic image for Chabad Lubavitch. This place is called the Chai Center. Chai, of course, means life in Hebrew. Rabbi Yossi Laufer is its director. Until recently, there was another Jewish house of worship in Warwick. It was called Temple Am David. It was a conservative synagogue. Financial conditions caused it to cease operation. Its last rabbi was Richard E. Perlman, who has moved on to a new congregation in the same general area called West Bay Community Jewish Center. It doesn't have its own facility, but shares with a senior assisted living center and a couple of churches depending on the event. The synagogue was eventually able to find a buyer for it after having been put into receivership for several months. The Rhode Island Hindu Temple Society agreed to purchase it for a price of about $400,000, which was almost half of what the asking price was originally listed at. Published stories indicate that the reason the synagogue building went into receivership is because most of the members abandoned the congregation and went along with the rabbi to the new synagogue. This left very few people who remain to be able to handle the financial obligations of the facility. Temple Am David was also in the news back in 2006 when a former religious instructor was accused of molesting a bar mitzvah student after he had already had a record of similar prior activity and had been sent to prison for 18 months. The parents of the bar mitzvah boy were suing the synagogue for failure to do due diligence when hiring instructors for such a sensitive position. Unfortunately, I do not have information as to how the case was settled or if it affected the financial condition of the congregation. To add insult to injury, the synagogue building was vandalized in 2010 with swastikas painted on it. The perpetrators were caught but were not deemed to be performing a hate crime, as they had also been caught doing other types of vandalism elsewhere. Let's shift over to our last Jewish house of worship in Rhode Island. It's in Woonsocket, a town of about 42,000 and the sixth largest city in the state. It's home to Congregation B'nai Israel. It's been around for close to 120 years and it's a conservative affiliated synagogue. It was originally called Ohavei Shalom, or Lovers of Peace, and in 1902 it changed its name to the current B'nai Israel. It has Shabbat services on Saturday mornings. It does not have a permanent spiritual leader, but rather uses visiting rabbis and a cantor. This concludes our trip through the state of Rhode Island. There are plenty more Jewish houses of worship in several other states to check out. So, bye for now, and see you real soon.